my Monday to Sunday watch list. Get ready. I'm gonna list my takeaways. So just bear with me for a second while I pull up the games I was talking about. Yeah. So first I had Knicks and Timberwolves for Monday. Then I had the Pacers and Hawks for Tuesday. 76ers and T-Wolves supposed to be on Wednesday, but Embiid ducked. And we ducked. Friday, the Celtics and the Magic. Saturday, 76ers Thunder. I'll be giving all my thoughts on them. So let's start with the Knicks and Timberwolves on Monday. Yeah, I wanted to watch this game mainly because both teams were big. Both teams were big. We done seen Minnesota beat the Nuggets. We seen Minnesota beat the Celtics already. This was just let me see what Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves can do against a well-coached, big defensive team like the Knicks. And it was very interesting, man. It was very interesting because I was watching the rebounding battle. I was watching the points in the paint battle, and I was tracking percentages. Bro, Minnesota, they held the New York Knicks to 35% from the field, 24% from three. They won the defensive rebounding, even though the Knicks won the offensive rebounding, and the Timberwolves won the points in the paint. Anthony Edwards came alive in that second half as well. So I was watching for just what Minnesota would do against a tough, defensive-minded big team like them. And they low-key handled the Knicks, bro. They low-key handled the Knicks, man. Yeah, they handled them. There's nothing else I can say. That was a really good win for the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves, as it stands now, is the best team in the NBA. I think Anthony Edwards, Carl Towns, Rudy Gobert played amazing too. Rudy Gobert was perfect from the field. Rudy Gobert was perfect from the field against the Knicks, and that shit it mattered. Carl Anthony Towns was in foul trouble, but he still had his moments. I think he was like 60%. He was like 6-10. He was still hitting shots here and there. He did a good job on Julius Randle too. He did a pretty good job on Julius Randle. Julius Randle just wasn't getting anything he wanted, and I definitely feel like Quality Towns outplayed Julius Randle. But those are my takeaways from Knicks versus Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have showed us they can beat big teams. They showed us they can beat small teams. They got a matchup with OKC coming up this week, and I'm definitely into that because we all know what the Timberwolves did to OKC in the play-in last year. So that's the game I'm watching for. Tuesday, I had Pacers versus Hawks, and this was an offense. This was an offensive game. I knew it was gonna be like that coming in, but Tyrese Halliburton has been getting a lot of hype. He's been getting a lot of hype. So going into this game, I just wanted to see how would he handle the best point of attack defender, where one of the best point of attack defenders at the point guard position in DeJounte Murray, and could he match Trae Young offensively? So it was Tyrese Halliburton versus Murray defensively, and Tyrese Halliburton versus Trae Young offensively. That's what I was watching for. And DeJounte Murray had a good game. Trae had a good game. But Tyrese Halliburton, he absolutely turned into a monster in that third quarter. Like, it's just nothing they can do with him. I think that it was a rotation thing. I didn't like how I'm a fan of mirroring when it comes to put my best defender on a best offensive player, especially when the Pacers don't really have too much perimeter creation in that backcourt. I know Buddy Hield went crazy in the fourth, but I would have liked for Quinn Snyder to have mirrored DeJounte Murray with Tyrese Halliburton, because when Trae was out there by himself and he had to go against Halliburton, or who was they putting on Halliburton? I think like Bogdanovich and those guys like that. They can't guard Tyrese. Tyrese started killing them. I think when Murray was in the game, he struggled a little bit more. But when Murray was out the game and Halliburton was on the court, he was killing them dudes in that third quarter. So I would have liked to see Quinn Snyder mirror DeJounte Murray and Halliburton. I wish more coaches would mirror more. But it is what it is. But that hey, don't sleep on Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield went crazy in that fourth quarter. And DeAndre Hunter got benched. Jalen Johnson had a good game. But DeAndre Hunter getting benched for Saddiq Bey, that's something to watch for. And DeJounte Murray, his end of the game layup attempt when they was down 3. He forced the layup that he didn't even make, so they made it look even worse. But yeah, I don't know what went on at the end of that game. But that was just an offensive game, man. So I was impressed by Halliburton, but it was some things that the Hawks could have done. Oh, the trapping. Say, man, how the Pacers started to trap and blitz Trae Young, he got very frustrated, bro. He got very frustrated. So I did like what I seen there. That was some very good defensive strategy by Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle is the most underrated coach in the NBA, dog. He right there with Spoelstra, in my opinion, in terms of just getting the most out of what he has. Rick Carlisle, to me, is the most underrated coach in the NBA. But what he doing with this Indiana Pacers team, bro? Look at the Pacers roster, bro. Tyrese Halliburton ain't really no number one option, fam. I don't care what nobody say. He can be an offensive hub or whatever they be saying like that. Like, he could be an offensive engine, but his shot too funky for him to be a true no one option, in my opinion. He don't have blow by speed. He don't finish at the rim just super great. I think he probably do, but I test. He can't be no number one option, in my opinion. And they don't have a solidified number 2 or 3. They just got guys that fill in. So what Rick Carlisle doing with the Pacers roster, bro, commendable. Wednesday, with my Wednesday watch list, I had the 76ers and Timberwolves, man. I wanted to see the Timberwolves, what they would do against Joel Embiid. I wanted to see Maxey versus Ant. I wanted to see Gobert and Towns versus Embiid. Embiid ducked. He told me he had hip soreness. Say, dog, you ducked. He ducked. Joel Embiid ducked the Minnesota Timberwolves, bro. He ducked them. To me, in my opinion, those are the 2 best teams in the NBA. Joel Embiid ducked, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. Joel Embiid got a history of ducking in these regular season games. Nobody called him out. I'm calling him out. Joel Embiid on Wednesday, he ducked the Minnesota Timberwolves because he didn't want to go against their size, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. He played Jokic once, and then he ducked on the next time last year. Like, Joel Embiid will duck. I'm interested to see if he'll end up ducking the next Milwaukee Buck matchup. I'm for real. So I ended up watching the Nuggets and the Magic. This was a great game, bro. This was a great game. And the takeaways from Nuggets and Magic were this is a game on Wednesday. The Magic got the best bench in the NBA. The Magic bench scored 62 points. And the Magic scored 60 points in the paint. You really can't do nothing with Jokic. You really can't. Let's just keep it a buck. Ain't no stopping Jokic. I think Jokic damn near had a 30-point triple-double, like always. But what the Magic did do, especially in that second half, Franz realized they can't protect the rim. Franz was very passive in the first half. In the second half, he was going straight at Jokic. He was going straight to the paint. He's going straight to the paint. Franz Wagner started attacking the paint in that second half, bro. And it started to look like Franz Wagner is a second half player. But say, bro, this Magic team is for real, bro. And they showed me a lot on Wednesday, especially their bench, especially when they got them 60 points in the paint, when they realized that the Nuggets have no rim protection. So that was something that definitely stood out to me. And I just wanted to see how the Magic handled the experience of a Denver Nuggets team that just won a championship, and they just know how to play together. And the Magic are a young team. I wanted to see how they would just respond to that. And they responded well, bro. They responded well. Friday, it was no games on Thursday. So the Friday game that I ended up watching, it was definitely the Celtics and the Magic. I watched this because Paolo was 3-1 against the Celtics going in to this game. 3-1. Yes. He had a winning record against one of the best team in his conference over the last 5 to 7 years. So they proved it definitely wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke, bro. The Magic, the Magic got the Celtics number, bro. It's not a fluke. The biggest takeaway too was Jalen. Jalen Brown is not. He's not what I thought he was, man. He's not what I thought he was. Yeah. Jalen Brown, dog. Hey man, you gotta do better. He had a hell of a first half, and the Magic struggled in the first half. Jalen Brown was cooking them. And Jamal Mosley. Don't ever this to Jamal Mosley. Say dog. This to you, Jamal Mosley. Don't ever put Jalen Suggs on Jason Tatum ever again, bro. Don't do that. That shit was stupid, dog. You got Franz Wagner, you got Paolo, you got Isaac, you got even Ingles. Even Ingles. But you got so many other people, so many other options to put on Jason Tatum. Why would you put Jalen Suggs on Tatum? That just was not, bro. Tatum, Jalen Suggs a great defender. Don't get me wrong, but Tatum too damn big, bro. That shit almost sunk the game at the beginning of the game. I was so disappointed. Jamal Mosley putting Suggs on Tatum. He's trying to get too cute. Don't do that no more, man. But Franz Wagner and Jonathan Isaac did a great job on Tatum. I think those dudes end up going 13 for 38. Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown combined for 13 for 38 from the field. So, yeah. It was another great bitch game. Mo Wagner went off. Cole Anthony had his moments. They combined for 57 points. 57 bench points. 57 bench points. Magic, I said it once, I said it again. The Orlando Magic had the best bench in the NBA. This back-to-back games. Nuggets, 62 bench points. And against the Celtics, 57 bench points. Yeah. And, it is what it is, dog. I think the Orlando Magic is a top 5 team in basketball right now, bro. They are. Those were convincing wins against the Nuggets and against the Celtics. You could say the Nuggets got injuries to Jamal Murray, but man, the Magic got injuries to Markelle Fultz and Wendell Carter, 2 starters. You could say the same thing, no Drew Holiday. Don't care. Saturday. I want to see 76ers versus Thunder. Just pretty much the Thunder showed me they are exactly who I thought they were. I was tracking this game because I wanted to see how the Thunder would do against Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid damn near had a 35-point triple-double, and he was in foul trouble. They couldn't do nothing with him, bro. And he was even taking tough middies, and he wasn't living in the paint, and he still just almost had a 40-point triple-double with limited playing time. They out-rebounded the Thunder by 11, and they beat them in the points in the paint battle by 12. So, and the score is a lot closer than what the game really said. If you watch that game, the 76ers came out smacking OKC, and they was pulling off on them later on in the game, and then just OKC ended it close. And hey, bro, when we go talk about Embiid and Maxey being a top 5 duo in the league, the only 2 players on the same team that are in the top 10 in scoring. I'm just saying. I think Embiid is leading in scoring and Maxey is 10th in scoring. Yeah, so yeah, Thunder still have problems, points in the paint, rebounding against bigger teams. They can't beat bigger teams, bro. OKC can't beat bigger teams, bro. My Sunday game, Hawks versus Celtics. So I'm gonna give y'all a recap on that next week. I'm just interested in this game because I just want to see, because the Hawks was giving trouble to the Celtics last year in the playoffs towards the end of that run. And damn, excuse me, my nose, bro. I don't know what the hell started happening. Drink a little bit more of this coffee. But the Hawks, they was playing good against the Celtics in last year's playoffs towards the end of that series. And I just want to see what the vibe go look like this season. The Hawks are the bigger team. I want to see if they go use that to their advantage. I do think the Celtics have good defensive guards. to put on Trey and DeJounte Murray. I want to see what Jalen Johnson does. I'm very interested in what Jalen Johnson does, and I'm monitoring DeAndre Hunter's minutes. I want to see how many minutes he gets to actually play.